afternoon. This is just a short little video that I'm doing. Basically, if you've seen some of my Instagram videos, underneath parts of the track here, there are magnets for my KADEE couplers to help do the lack of hand of God uncoupling. And the idea is that as the train goes over here, the magnet underneath pulls the bit of wire that's on the KADEE coupler to the side. So in essence it means that it comes off the track. We can also bring a coach down. So it means in essence that this classic shunter can bring a coach down here and it stops. Now it needs to move forward a little bit to release a little bit of the tension, and you're not going to do it now, come on. But effectively as it moves forward, it removes some of the tension, so it can effectively pop forward. Let's see if I can, yeah, there we go. So it allows the magnets to uncouple. Now when I installed this one here and this one here, the problem I had was that you put the first magnet down and then you were hoping that the glue would dry quick enough so you could then put the next magnet down to check them all out. And what would usually happen is that the magnet would ping together. So what I did yesterday is I ordered some more of these magnets. I'm going to put a link in the description below. I bought them from eBay, so the seller may not forever be around, but I want to say that the seller I bought these magnets off is probably the quickest I've ever received anything bar Amazon. I ordered these at sort of 2 in the afternoon and they were with me the next morning when the post came. So massive thank you to that eBay seller. I will leave a link in the description below. And all I did was I ordered these rectangular magnets. I will leave in the description what size they are, but basically you need to stack 2 on top of each other. And these magnets actually came with these little plastic spacers so that you could, because they're very strong, they're neodymium magnets, so they're extremely strong. I used to use the circular ones for when I was doing Warhammer and magnetising things there. And yeah, these ones are actually stronger than these older ones that I bought. Where are you? There. And they're even more effective, but they still do the same job. So what I did was I cut a piece of plasticard, making sure that the measurements were right. And what I've done, if you have a look here, is I've made it so that it's wider than the actual track. That's so I have a nice marker so I can put things near it, so I know where all the magnets are once everything's been ballasted, because obviously once the ballast is there you can't see the magnets. So I'm going to be putting markers and things there, whether it's signs or bits of rubbish or pallets or something. It's just something that's on the track side so I can see where the uncoupler is in my own mind. So hopefully that will work. Yeah, and they sit under here. So what I've done is the spacing I need in between the 2 magnets is this plastic bit. So I would super glue the first single magnet down, and then I would mount it on this. This is actually the weight from inside a coach carriage or something. I'd put that down, then put the black plastic bit in the centre, give it a minute or 2 to dry, then put the next one on the other side. And because they're magnetising to this plate, they weren't trying to join together themselves. You will have to double check the polarity of the magnets when you're putting them down. You want the magnets to be the opposite, so the I can't remember how north and south, let's say. So the north is on the top, south is on the bottom, and you want the one on this side to be exactly the same. Whether you do north or south is completely fine, like, because it's not going against another magnet when it's getting the rods on the bottom of the KDs. They just need to match the ones that they're next to. So yeah, so once that was dry, I'd then put another plastic spacer on the top, then do the other magnets on either side, once again super gluing them on. I use the Gorilla Glue gel because I feel it's got such a strong bond with these, and I've used it for models for years and I really like it as a super glue. And what I've done with these then is I cut the space that I need underneath with the cork. Now I use 4mm cork. These magnets are 2mm each, so apart from the fact that they're on the plasticard, which makes it a little bit higher, they are pretty much the same height as the as the cork under there, which is why these ones sit nice and flush. I keep losing it, that one. These ones sit a little bit higher. I'm going to see whether I need to move the plasticard off there or trim it down or something like that, but I'll have a look. But I trialled it using the magnets the other day, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pause this video and quickly show you the new magnet bits underneath. Okay, I'm going to try and do this with my controller to see if I can prove that it works rather than me having to use my hands to show you. But on the new magnet setting, so I'm just going to reverse my Class 8 back, because it's mostly going to be the Class 8 who's doing most of the shunting. As the Class 8 goes over, slow down to a stop, and I'm going to go forward just a little bit. See if that did it. Hand of God coming in once again. Okay, so it hasn't separated. It's nice to include these sometimes, because then you can prove that not everything goes perfectly. Let's see if it does it this time. Okay, so the couplings have gone apart there. Let's see if they... Okay, so there's something that I need to look at there. That might be due to the height restrictions on there. I will keep this in the video so that you can see that it doesn't necessarily always work. In theory, it does, and when I tried it last night, it worked fine on this point bit. So put it over there. It seems to be that if you come back on here, it's fine. Let's see if it's... Okay. So it might be the magnet on this side. Now, this is where I haven't glued them down, so hopefully this will help. I'm just going to push this a little bit, just a tiny bit, to see if that helps pull the magnet on the other side. So let's try that again. So we're going to go in reverse. And we're going to stop. We're going to go forward just a little bit. Nope, not doing it. So I'm going to say that probably needs to go back even more, or go more this way even more. So I'm just going to push it. We're going to keep doing this, and however much I leave in this video, I don't know. I'm going to pull it this way. Okay, and stop there. Okay, so it's pulling one way but not the other. Right, so it is a fine tune on this one then. So it now was pulling the Royal Mail Coach, sorry about the hand, it was pulling the Royal Mail Coach's one but not the Shunter's one. So let's try again. And reverse. Okay, so it's pulling the Shunter one on that side. Just relieve the tension just a little bit. So it's definitely pulling it. Okay, so let's see if it does it this time. I can see it's so close to doing it. Okay. So I think that that is going to be where I need to make an adjustment to the actual hook rather than the magnet, so bear with me. Okay, I'm back. So what I've done is I've bent the little hook, or the little beam, whatever you want to call it, the bit of wire that comes down, I've bent that slightly on the Royal Mail Coach more to the outside, so let's see if that works now. It's going to go back. As it comes back on here, so we're going to stop, we're going to change direction, we are going to go a little bit forward. Oh, I saw it move! Okay, let's try it again. Okay. Aha! There we go, right. And just move back again. And there we go, it uncouples. So I'll keep all of that horrific filming in there for you. Basically, it looks like it's something on my part that I wasn't doing. I needed to come just a little bit past the magnets so that they get a chance to reclose again, which is something that I didn't do right. So if I go all the way back, they pull, slack off the tension, come back over, able to release, and there you go. Perfect. Okay, I didn't do that with the controller, but it gives you an idea of what it's meant to do. So I've put these little magnet bits here. There's two that I already had installed underneath the track here, and I've installed another two here, and I'm going to put another one under here. Sorry about the fast camera movements. I have toyed with the idea of putting some extra ones in, and obviously feel free to give me a feedback on where you think they should go. Over time, the reason for particular sidings on this have changed, but what I have found quite nice is, whilst I've been waiting for the ballast to dry on the main station and on the branch line, it meant that the only bit I could really play with was the little shunting yard area. So I've been doing that, and what I decided was I wanted to make this particular siding here that's on the other side of the branch line platform the Royal Mail platform as well, so the Royal Mail parcels can come in here. I'll put like a level crossing further down, and the Royal Mail vans can park up here, and then they can bring them all down in the trolleys and load them down here, and the Royal Mail vans can go off. Now what I was unsure of is the idea is that a loco comes in from that way, comes down here, and should effectively be able to uncouple from the coaches, go up, refuel, go to the other end of the coaches, and go on the other end. Now for that to happen, I need to put a uncoupling bit here, which means that I either need to put one here for it to fit a class 47, or here to fit a class 50, / also be able to uncouple from the train at the other end if need be. So I think this is where I'm contemplating putting it. The reason for this one being here was so that the Class 8 shunter had enough room to come in down here and uncouple from something within this area, which it doesn't need to do, but it was the original reason for putting these bits here, is there's enough room for the Class 8 shunter. Likewise up here, there's enough room coming off the points so that the shunter can do uncoupling. And with that in mind, I thought because the whole train won't be able to get down here unless the train comes all the way down to the other end, I thought what would be cool is the train comes here, stops, uncouples on these points, goes off up here, comes to refuel or just idle and sit in these sidings whilst it's waiting. And then the shunter can effectively come up here, couple to the coach, bring it all the way back down this platform, and then uncouple here, and then the loco can come down the other end, hook up to the coaches, and then go off on its merry way. That was my plan anyway. And with that in mind, at the moment I only have two more coupling bits left, which I think, I said I was going to put one up here, but I think I'll put one here and one down here. But what I'll do is I haven't glued any of the new ones down because I wanted to sort of test them out and see where they were, see if they needed to be moved, like you saw. And hopefully they'll all be able to work. What I'll do is when I get a chance, I'll come up and do a little bit of shunting to see if I can get them to work, and see if they do. But yeah, let me know your thoughts if you think I'm going to need an uncoupling ramp here for the Class 8, and if you think I should put the other one here. I think this one makes more sense, simply because then it can uncouple from the train and go off at both ends, whereas if it goes here, it won't have enough clearance to, if it sort of backs the train in. So just an idea. Whilst we're on the subject of changing this area, I have been seriously thinking about maybe changing how this section of 3 sidings joins the main line. At the moment it goes off and goes round the corner and joins there on a really small Hornby point. But I'm seriously considering moving those curves at the back there further back and making it so that the line that's up the end there goes a little bit further towards the wall, so that I have a little bit of room to maybe bring the point that comes off down here, joins to this bit, and actually goes and joins on that line first of all, and then it can go off, go round the corner on a nicer curve, and then come down and sort that out there. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching this short video, and I'll see you guys again soon. Thank you.